The peculiar buzzing sound grew louder. Puzzled, I looked around and discovered Erling sitting beside me. He was toying with a small piece of bone, whirling it in the air by the end of the string. "What's that?" I wanted to know. "My bone buzzer." Erling held out his hand and showed me a small piece of bone with a hole pierced through it. Through the hole he had threaded a string. When he whirled it around, it made a noise like a bee. Hannah glared at the twirling bone and made a face. "Oh, stop that silly noise, it's annoying me." Erling shrugged. He offered her the bone with a bright smile. "Do you want to try?" Hannah snatched it and tossed it into the water. "That's what I think of your dumb toy." Jenna looked horrified. I was furious. But Erling wasn't offended. "Never mind, I have more." He dug into his pocket and pulled out a second bone buzzer. This one had a long string. Without another word, he looked across to the Vikings by the fire and threw the bone above his head. He was using it as a slingshot. He let out a happy cry and sent the bone spinning through the space. A moment later, we heard a shout of pain. One of the Viking warriors was rubbing his ear where the bone had struck. He spun around and seized the warrior behind him by the neck. He began throttling the man, who screamed in anger. Suddenly the fight broke out, with one Viking after another joining in, swinging punches and hurling abuse, until Gunnar stepped into the fray wielding his sword. "Have you all gone mad?" he roared. The warriors fell apart as Gunnar's sword crashed down on their helmets. "We have work to do this night," he reminded them, "and any man who fails me will pay with his life." I leaned across and whispered to Hannah, "Now do you trust Erling?" She glared back at me. "I know you do, Royston," she snapped, "but I can't be fooled easily."